U.S.-Russia relations, a journey through time. Dramatic music begins in the background. Since the end of World War II, the relationship between the United States and Russia has been a cornerstone of the global geopolitical system. The Cold War significantly overshadowed this relationship as both countries engaged in a heated nuclear arms race and a fierce ideological competition between communism and capitalism. During the Cold War, the world witnessed extreme tensions between Washington and Moscow. Every move by one superpower was met with a reaction from the other, leading to dangerous crises like the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. With the fall of the Berlin Wall and the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, there was a belief that a new era of cooperation had begun. But tensions quickly resurfaced. In recent years, disagreements between the United States and Russia have escalated over numerous issues. Russia's intervention in Ukraine in 2014 and the annexation of Crimea sparked a wave of Western economic sanctions. Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. elections further deepened the mistrust between the two countries. Despite these conflicts, there are still positive aspects to the relationship between Washington and Moscow. Cooperation in areas like space exploration and counterterrorism are bright spots. For example, the International Space Station is a joint project between Russia and the United States, embodying the spirit of international collaboration. However, these positive aspects often pale in comparison to the larger issues of disagreement. Technological competition and the struggle for influence in regions like the Middle East and Eastern Europe remain constant sources of tension. In conclusion, the U.S.-Russia relationship is one of the most complex in the world. It oscillates between cooperation and conflict, between hope and fear. Looking ahead, the question remains, will the two superpowers be able to find new common ground, or will tensions continue to escalate? The dramatic music intensifies and gradually fades out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. As history has shown, the relationship between these two nations is ever evolving. From scientific collaborations to cultural exchanges, there are numerous areas where the US and Russia have found common ground. International peace talks and humanitarian efforts also highlight moments of unity. The global community watches closely, hoping for a future where cooperation outweighs conflict. Only time will tell how this intricate relationship will unfold in the years to come. The Yalta Conference in 1945 was a significant moment where the leaders of the US, UK, and USSR discussed the post-war reorganization of Europe. The Marshall Plan, initiated by the US in 1948, aimed to rebuild war-torn Europe, but it also heightened tensions with the Soviet Union, which saw it as an attempt to curb communist influence. The Korean War, 1950 to 1953, was another flashpoint, with the US and Soviet Union supporting opposing sides in the conflict. The space race was a prominent aspect of the Cold War, with the Soviet Union launching Sputnik in 1957 and the US landing on the moon in 1969. The Helsinki Accords of 1975 marked a significant effort to improve relations between the Eastern and Western blocs, focusing on security, cooperation, and human rights. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979 led to a decade-long conflict, with the US providing support to the Mujahideen fighters. The Reykjavik summit in 1986 between Reagan and Gorbachev was a pivotal moment in arms control negotiations, although it did not result in a final agreement. The Strategic Arms Reduction Treaties, START, in the 1990s were significant steps towards reducing the nuclear arsenals of both nations. The 2008 conflict in Georgia further strained US-Russia relations, with both sides accusing each other of aggression. The Syrian civil war has seen both the US and Russia supporting different factions, adding another layer of complexity to their relationship. The 2021 Geneva summit between Presidents Biden and Putin was an attempt to stabilize relations and address pressing issues like cybersecurity and arms control. As we look to the future, the intricate dance between cooperation and conflict continues to shape the US-Russia relationship.